feel so close.
Welcome to Reilly After Show coverage of the Traitors US Season 2, Episode 10. We're so close. I'm Jonny Fairplay, joined as always by Rachel Reilly.
Hi. I have to like figure out where to wave. Fairplay.
Yes. I thought this was fun.
Okay.
So for those of you watching, we're really close. You may remember Rachel from winning Big Brother because that's what she does, and you also may remember her as Kate's arch nemesis on Traitors Season 1 US. Rumor and innuendo: Kate would not recognize you if you showed up for Season 2. I'm just reading the comments, Rachel.
That's hilarious. She might not. She would say she didn't. Who is that? No.
Yeah. So as much as jumping bugs
on her.
Yeah, as much as jumping bugs would have been delightful for you and the viewers, apparently Kate would have been like, who is this person and why is she dressed tacky? Also joining us back-to-back weeks. This is amazing. I really pulled out the favor vault for this one. She's so amazing and so famous. She only has one name. Trishelle on Season 2 of Traitors US.
Hey,
Welcome back, Trishelle. You're not dead.
I'm not. I can't believe it. Every morning I was like, I'm here.
I really thought this was it. And I was like, oh. So, all right. Before we begin, two quick things of housekeeping. And I would be remiss if we didn't discuss this because Traitors is very similar to a show called House of Villains. And the Season 2 cast has leaked, folks.
Yay.
Okay.
So I have a few things to say. I love the cast. Don't get me wrong. Tiffany, amazing. We love her, obviously. Wes, great cast. Candy. All right, Richard. Now, this is my question.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair play. Were you not available?
Apparently, I forgot to answer my phone. I think I had my ringer off.
But like, I love Richard. I really do. And if he watched this, I want him to know that I love him.
Yeah.
But like, the show is about competitions, and we all know that Richard's not the most competitive villain.
But the challenges on House of Villains are in Richard's wheelhouse.
You think so?
Yes. Yeah, they're fine. Here, my issue with Wes and Richard is I see Wes playing a very similar game to Johnny Bananas, and I see Hatch playing a very similar game to myself. And if I'm casting, I do kind of the opposite, to kind of keep that survivor action in there and keep that challenge. But I go Bestilargic for the challenge, and I go Abby Maria for survivor.
I need Abby Maria on my TV for something. And then Jesse, great personality, love Jesse to death. He will probably do well at everything. Big personality, not a villain. Not a villain.
No, I don't think he's a villain either. Like, I like Jesse. I think he's funny. He's hysterical.
He's hysterical, not a villain. Did he take my villain spot? Fair play?
I mean, well, he's on the show Big Brother. You're on the show Big Brother. Well, no. Rachel, no one from Traitors is allowed to be on House of Villains.
Quite literally, I have receipts. That is what my email from the casting director says to my manager. Hey, just so you know, we love Rachel. We were totally planning on having her on Season 2.
Yeah.
But we were told no one from Traitors can, like, I have a receipt I can show. You know?
So please explain the dud that is Larsa at the bottom. Ooh, shots fired.
I don't think she'll be a dud. I don't think she will be.
I don't think she'll be a dud either. I think she will be good.
She was not great on Traitors.
Because she didn't have enough time. I'm telling you, like, I will defend Larsa here. She was super competitive, way more than I thought she would be. She was actively trying to get Traitors. She was meeting. I don't know why they didn't show her that much, but she was like calling people in and like calling people out. She called out Parvati within 2 seconds of the blindfolds coming off. So don't forget that. I think that she's going to bring it for House of Villains. I do.
Okay. Well, then counter argument. Why two people from there's not enough shows on reality television that we have to have two housewives in a cast of 10.
They love the housewives, but I will say
that's not fair.
Teresa is a good cast. Period.
Great. then Teresa's our pick, and then how about someone from Squid Game? How about someone from Love Island? How about
Squid Game's probably in contract with Netflix, right? So I'm assuming.
I was under the impression that they did speak to 430, 423 or whatever.
Okay. Well, what about Victoria from the Bachelor Nation?
Okay.
I don't watch them.
I was like, I had to look her up while we were sitting here because I'm like, wait, I thought it was a different Victoria. She looks so different in the best way possible. She looks great. But like, whoa, I didn't remember. She looks different than she did on the show. She looks amazing now.
She does look really pretty in this photo.
Yeah.
But
well, I have no problem with someone from The Bachelor. It's a reality television staple.
Not the best villain they could have had. They have.
Is that Chad Johnson, the one everyone hates from The Bachelor?
Yeah.
He's a good villain. What's the hot bachelor that was the Latin guy? Who's that guy?
Peter the pilot.
No. Juan Pablo?
Yeah, Juan Pablo.
Juan Pablo. Yeah, he was
He's I mean, I don't want to be crude, but he's like a panty dropper. Like, so I don't know how they, didn't put him on there. He's so good looking.
Yeah. Victoria would be good because now that I see and I remember who she is, she had no problem being the villain. She loved it. She embraced it. So like that's what I want to see on House of Villains.
Yeah. Okay. Safari. Now I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. However, Bobby Lights is a national treasure. And Safari, you got some big boots to fill. You have some very big high heel boots to fill.
You think Safari is the Bobby Lights of the show?
Well, no, he's from Love and Hip Hop.
Right. But I mean, like, I will say I don't think that there is another Bobby Lights, which
no.
Why didn't they just add a 12th person and it be Bobby Lights? Because he's scene stealed that show. I would have liked to see you on again, Tiffany, Omarosa, and Bobby Lights. And then cast more different people.
Okay. Yeah. Camellia. All right. I thought this spot was Natalie Nunn's.
Oh man, yeah.
She was at the premiere party. Like, I mean, I thought it was a done deal. And if we're not taking Camellia, out of all the shows, is Bad Girls Club really the staple that is our go-to? And I'm all for, I love the idea of season 1 of House of Villains pulling from all these different demos. Like, there's so many people that are just like, I just watched Survivor and Big Brother and The Challenge. I don't know what Love and Hip Hop is. Well, guess what? You just met Bobby Lights. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I do love the different casting.
And
however,
I love Bad Girls Club as a staple for this show.
Me too. Oh, I wish they'd bring the Bad Girls Club back. I love that show.
Yeah, Bad Girls Club was such a good show because it was like anything you wanted. The girls.
No premise.
No premise.
They were so amazing. I watched every single season. Wait, why no Natalie Nunn?
I don't know. I'm guessing she's probably filming something with Zeus Network is the only, probably just a scheduling conflict, which Bobby Lights had last time. So we know that's a thing.
I got to see Natalie Nunn, y'all.
Zeus Network? Yeah. What is Zeus Network? Is that a thing?
It's a thing.
Oh.
Bobby Lights has a dating show on there.
Oh, okay.
I love Bobby Lights Purr.
Oh, I was go watch that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. And the return to New York. Now, a lot of people were upset when New York left. However, and I love New York, pun intended. New York literally left her room for 2 minutes a day, and you saw those 2 minutes each day on camera. Otherwise, she never left her room.
She's my favorite because of that.
And then when she was up for elimination, well, the whole speech she gave Omarosa, which, is probably the highlight of season 1 for a lot of people, including myself. She literally gave that speech to all of us. It's just like, why should we keep it? She's like, I'm going to cut off all your heads. I'm going to kill all of you. And it's like, and Joel's like, well, that's one way to win over your peers who will be voting to keep you. So, I mean, it was almost a tap out. And that's the returning player.
But the thing is, I agree with you I wanted to see more of her being New York, but I think because she has such a strong and loyal fan base and you don't really know what she's going to do, that
Yeah.
people just want to see her on. And I don't think they care. She doesn't really need to be the I Love New York from I Love New York anymore, really. I mean, because I think we just like to see her, you know?
Yeah. She'll give us her memes. We're good, right?
Like,
Yes.
that's what she does. And she's great at one-liners. She's great at these confessionals. So
She's a
yeah.
pro. I'm happy she's back. I was so
Me too.
excited whenever. I
Okay.
heard
I'm
she
just
was-
asking questions. So as I said, I
She's
love
a
New York. So
she's a reality superhero. But why are we not seeing Heidi or like, I don't know. I feel like
Okay, I bet they asked for too much money because hello, Spencer and Heidi.
well, Spencer
she has a
did
new hit single.
season one.
She's probably doing the Grammy tour.
Wait, Spencer what?
Spencer had a cameo on season one.
Oh, yeah, but like why wouldn't they put him on season
Well,
two?
no, I agree. And why, like, so we had Jax. So why don't we put on Tom Sandoval or whatever is, you know, like he's a villain. We hate him,
Oh, I hate him.
right?
He would be great on the show.
Yeah.
So. And I am currently watching the Traitors, and that's what we're going to be talking about here in just a second. My
Boring.
time, my time frees up next week after the finale. I'm all in on the Valley. I've never watched one episode of Vanderpump Rules. I'm watching the Valley.
I'm going to watch the Valley. Okay, this is my thing though. Listen, I know you're friends with Jax, but now is the Brittany Jax, is that her stunt? Because
all right, I peek behind the curtain.
I have a lot to say, but okay, you go because you're friends with him.
Yeah.
Peek behind the curtain. I have reached out to Jax to address this and got nothing back from Jax. And Jax always picks up. And Jax knows that he cannot lie to me.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I don't, but I mean, Brittany is pretty adamant on TMZ and everything else. It's just like, no, this is real. I can also say this. For those of you that do follow Jax on Vanderpump Rules and you know, admitted demons in his past, you know, with the sexual addiction and stuff. I can tell you this, not trying to protect my friend, no bro code, none of any of that crap. I did 8 appearances last fall with Jax for House of Villains. We did Boston, we did Tampa, we did everywhere. We did all over the US, 8 separate deals. My fiance was there babysitting me and Jax till 3 a.m. most nights. Every one of these, we had over 100 of the hottest females you have ever seen in your entire life literally say, I love you. I'm available.
Yeah.
And every night, Jax said, thank you. Let's do a picture and fair play. Literally ran to me after every picture.
Because you love to throw people under the bus.
I do.
Well,
I do believe this.
Yeah. So I mean, if he had that temptation, like he hasn't been anywhere since this tour. Like, you know, if he's turning down the hottest girl in Clearwater, Florida, he's not going to Buffalo Wild Wings in the Valley and hooking up with some chick.
Well, that wasn't the infidelity, wasn't what she was saying. She was just saying like all the issues that she had always complained about. But that was my other thing, because she's always complaining about his issues. And then they filmed this like feel good The Valley show where it's like all these parents with kids and he's mowing the lawn like a stay-at-home dad. And then are we going to get like our
But does it end on a cliffhanger that everything is not wonderful in paradise?
Yes, that's why they got
and this separation is the setup for that.
Well, no, they had already announced that they got picked up for season 2, and then they announced they were separated. So I think that it's true. I think that she didn't enjoy him going skiing as much as he was doing.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is. I know it. You probably shouldn't say that, but whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't know, Jax.
All right, well, Aspen is beautiful this time of year. I don't know. All right. So,
what about other people on the Valley? Do we have anyone that we care about? I mean, I don't know that I do care about any of those other people.
Well, what I would like to see is Lala, because Lala's pregnant again, which I think is wonderful, and I think it's so
Who's
cool.
Lala pregnant with?
I think that she did it. She did it on her own.
Oh,
And I think that is so cool. Like woman power. Like she is like that girl that's just like gonna do it by herself. And I love that
I
about her.
love Lala. She's probably one of
So
my
cool.
favorite people on that show. And I
Yeah.
don't care when she has her ups, I love it. When she has her downs, I love it.
Same.
Everything about her. I never judge when people are like, oh my God, Lala's this. I'm like, I love her. I don't
Yeah,
care.
me too.
Like, we're all this, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So like, I think that that's really fun. So do you think she'll go on the Valley though? I feel
I
like
know that she bought.
spinoff.
I know her. Both her and Shayna bought houses. I think closer to that area. So I would like to see them both on the show because I think Vanderpump is done. I think after the season, it's done.
Oh, you think so?
Nobody wants to hang out with Sandoval. Rachel's not coming back. What's his face? The other one, Schwartz. He's a bust. I don't really care about seeing him anymore. Ariana is like above and beyond doing other things now. Like, I don't know. I mean, she could probably hold her own show at this point. I just think that I would like to see Lala and Shayna on the Valley.
If they take over the spots on the Valley, I would be okay with that, and then I'll watch that show. But I feel like they could also have their own show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Could follow their journey, and they have that. They have all these other fun things going on. Like, I mean, just in general, Sheena has her own pop music princess tour she's on.
Yeah. I would watch any of the women on VPR on another show. The guys, like, they suck. The girls are
my good friends Jax.
The guys just like they were great, and now they've just like with the age and the egos, they just have like not held up their end of the bargain to give us good TV.
Yeah, no. Maybe I like old James. He came up, but I think the only reason that I like him is because the other two are so terrible that I have to like one of them.
Right. But I honestly am not a fan of James Kennedy's current girlfriend, only because I feel like she's kind of boring and she's
so boring. But look at Rachel. Rachel was boring too until she started banging Sandoval.
True. That is true. But this girl's not, James Kennedy's girlfriend's not banging anyone. So she's just like boring and bored. I feel like Lala, Katie, Ariana, they're at a different level. Sheena, they're at a different level than the rest of the cast.
Yeah. I know. Allie's like,
Lala hasn't gone on Housewives though.
Who, Lala?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like probably Bravo feels like they can squeeze enough out of her on another show, and they already have their Housewives because Lala is already standing her own on like another show. So that's true. Yeah.
But she's very like housewife material, I think.
Johnny's upset.
Well, speaking of my good friend Jax, who you guys are saying mean things, I will be at Jax's bar. That's right, Wednesday, March 27th. Come watch Survivor season 46. A pretty awesome premiere. Everyone's loving it. Cast, good. I think that's a good sign. So go to survivortix.com. It's me and King George. That's right, royalty from Australian Survivor. We will be hosting, but we're not alone. We're being joined by Lauren Ashley Beck. We got Sugar, and we have Abby Maria, all from Survivor. We have Jack Atkins from The Circle. Did you guys watch The Circle when he had to paint the styrofoam head, or had to do the doll makeup and just starts crying?
No, I'll have to watch. I'll go back and watch that.
There was a challenge, and like Jack was pretending to be a 21-year-old girl, and they had a makeup challenge, and he had a styrofoam head, and and everyone's just like, that ain't no 21-year-old girl. And then they were asking him like, what makeup brand do you use? And he's like, Lady's Choice.
Makeup brand? That's how you do your homework before you go on The Circle and you catfish.
Yeah, it was. He literally starts crying, and it's so sweet because he wants it so bad. And anyway, but Jack will be joining us. That is Wednesday, March 27th in Los Angeles. It's Jack's Studio City. We will see you there Wednesday, March 27th. Get tickets right now at survivortix.com. And super quick, I have 2 more. Tickets are available for all these at survivortix.com. I will be in Durham, North Carolina, along with King George once again, and Jesse Lopez from season 43 of Survivor. That's at Clouds Brewing in Durham, North Carolina. That's Wednesday, April 3rd, survivortix.com. And finally, I will be in Oh, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's right. I'm going to be at Protagonist Beer, which you've seen if you've been watching Love is Blind season 6. They've been there a couple times. So Protagonist Beer on Wednesday, May 1st. It's me and King George and a surprise guest I'm not allowed to say because they're on the show. So come Wednesday, May 1st. Join me and King George and others for Survivor 46 viewing party. Go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. And last bit of housekeeping, I have a new podcast dropping on Friday. I'm not on it though. Is that okay? Because I need to spread the love. And I feel like other people, they deserve their spotlight. And this person, he's a fan favorite. Everyone loves this gentleman. Possibly the nicest human being I know. And if you read Reddit or anywhere else, they agree. Shake has his own podcast coming out. That's right. Shake is talking Love is Blind. He will talk to the misunderstood, much like he was. And so get ready for the Shake Show. That's right. Your toast, folks. Shake will be talking Love is Blind starting this Friday at on Reality After Show Network.
Okay.
Shake's misunderstood, Trishelle. Did you watch House of Villains?
Okay. I watched one episode, but yeah. I watched a lot of clips too. But
it's a pretty good maturation story of Shake becoming a real life villain.
That's true. And I like how you gave him villain camp. We'll call it boot camp. Villain boot
yes, I did. I did teach Shake how to become a villain. It was great.
So I have a question then for all of the panel. How come we don't have a CBS spinoff type of show? That we were talking about this off camera. And I know that because not put out CBS, but we're talking about the Valley. We're talking about Vanderpump Rules, all these things. Why have they never done like Survivor after the follow-up or the challenge after the challenge kind of thing?
Well, the challenge has like a million iterations and they put a lot of like Survivor and Big Brother people on the challenge, but I just feel like, I'd rather see a different show with people from Big Brother and especially Big Brother because it's my favorite reality show ever. But
is it?
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I've seen like every single Big Brother, all of it. I love Big Brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met Jared for the first time Wednesday night.
How was he?
He's so sweet. Well, no, I take that back. I met him for the first time in 15 years. Like the last time I met him, I was like, "You're probably three feet tall." I was like, "Actually, you were probably 10, and you were probably taller than me." But so yes, he's a sweetheart. So and it's funny, like so Sari comes up, she goes, "You know Uncle Johnny," and I'm just like, "Hey, you doing good in school? You grades?"
That's hilarious.
Which like I have some hard candy. They're actually weed mints. You probably don't, or maybe you do. I don't know. All right, Traitors episode 10, and we begin with the MJ vote. Hot take, folks. I don't love MJ.
Oh, you're the only one. They all love her.
Okay, wonderful.
I wasn't an MJ fan until after the meme. The meme went viral. Then I kind of have been getting into her a little bit more in the end of the season.
Yeah. She's really funny.
I think she's good. I want her on the show.
Yes, I want her on the show. She's
Ray has not brought it for me.
But she's definitely like playing. I like how she plays the game and she has like the hot takes that are kind of wrong.
Okay, so let me just like say one thing, justice for Sheree. You guys, Sheree was done a little bit dirty by editing. I like the fact that they show her that she's funny and quirky, and the cabin thing was just like absolutely hysterical when she was freaking out over the bugs. But Sheree gunned for shields almost every challenge, and she's extremely athletic. In fact, I told Andy at the reunion, I was like, there needs to be like a Housewives like challenge show to where it's super athletic because Tamara's amazing. She's very athletic. Sheree's super athletic. I mean, Sheree has guns. She is like, she runs really fast. Like, I don't know. I just think that Sheree, they could have showed her a little bit more how she was.
Yeah. I mean,
so she's not like boring, sit in the back of the room kind of person.
She was quiet, but like, I think by nature in a competition setting, that's how she is. She's not quiet on the Real Housewives of Atlanta in her everyday life, but like she was uncomfortable about like voting people out because she's a nice person, but she was super competitive in the competitions, which I loved.
Okay.
Well, 9.5 episodes in, all I get from Sheree is she's been friends with Fedra for 30 years. And now it's time to talk to the people that leave the little comments. And we love the comments. Keep them coming. So they are pretty, I mean, hey, Rachel learned how to pronounce Parvati. It only took us 7 episodes to pronounce Sheree correctly. Like, all these things are helpful. Okay. I listen. However, when you go, stop saying they're on the same show. They're not on the same show. Go fuck yourself. Okay. Because here's how it is. If you do Survivor, you're brothers and sisters with people that do Survivor. If you do Big Brother, you're brothers and sisters with people that do Big Brother. When you do the challenge, you're brothers and sisters. Also, if you did this 20 years ago, you're brothers and sisters with those people. We have hung out. We have been in one another's lives for 15, 20, and 10 years. So, like, yes, the 3 of us, we're part of the Viacom family. So we are on the same show by definition.
But also, people are forgetting that BravoCon is an actual thing that happens once a year. And everyone wants to make nice because they do these things called panels. And people go on there and could berate the crap out of you. So you want to kind of be kind to the people who are going to be at BravoCon. And guess what? It's all the people on Bravo. So yes, they are all on the same network. So whoever's saying that, you're stupid.
Yes, I mean, like, I'm sorry, you are correct. They are not on the same season of Real Housewives or whatever. They are the Bravo girls. They are working together as a collective.
But Fedra and Sheree have been on the show together.
And friends for 30 years.
Right, and friends for 30 years.
So yes, I get that they were not on the same, but please stop it. So yes, Bravo Network. Yes. And Kate is a below deck housewife. It's okay.
I mean, honestly, right? Like, and she hosts her own little show about below deck. So it's like, I feel like Kate is very much up in that mix with those girls.
Yes.
You know what? Bravo puts a lot more time and effort and money into the Bravo family as a whole sticking together than our networks do. So actually, those 5 people were way more tight than anybody else on the show could have been.
We noticed it on season 1 too, because Kyle,
Summer House but Summer House isn't a housewife.
But they had,
I know.
As soon as they got on the show, they had a Bravo alliance. Like,
boom, done.
The second they got on, and they didn't even have to, like, I mean, I think that they knew each other before, but they didn't even have to know each other to be in the Bravo alliance.
You've experienced this.
They had a Bravo alliance.
Also, hello, Andy does Watch What Happens Live like 5 times a week, and everybody's mixed together, and you never know who you're going to be with. Who's saying this? Who's commenting this stuff? Because you are wrong. You're wrong. Like, I don't know. Get a book.
There we go. All right. Well, MJ votes, and it was the big cliffhanger, and there's no way she could say Peter. It's Peter. I write things for nothing. And Peter explains, I tried to save you guys. And I'm just like, you sure did. And Peter's pals, Trishelle and John, hold hands. I don't know. This was not on TMZ. It's one of the lesser sites.
Oh, we held hands. Yeah.
Are you guys dating? That's not
maybe.
Well, I mean, I get it, but
I would be the best politician's wife, let's be honest.
I feel there's not much to do, and I feel with John there's even less. All right, so we love you, John.
John, Trishelle, do you know
what?
Do you know how old John is?
I don't.
Well, they don't use Botox in London. So
that was my favorite line ever.
He's 28.
That's why we needed MJ there, y'all. That's hysterical. Like,
that was the only line that she said, but she was being serious.
So funny. Yes. She said a lot of that stuff that was, I thought, hilarious.
Well, I'm Googling it right now. John.
Pretty funny the whole time.
So Phaedra has nothing to say after this vote. And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, what can she say? And she's beat down. Yeah. I mean, if reverse the situation, Trishelle, Rachel, you guys, Rachel season 1, Trishelle, currently playing. If you're in Phaedra's position and beat down, I mean, literally beat down 3 round tables in a row, is there anything left in the gas tank?
I want to say, okay, I'm a very emotional and dramatic person. So no, for me, no. Except I would at this point just be cussing everyone out. I would just be like done with it, telling them I'm a traitor because I wouldn't care. And I would know I was going, so I would like cause a stir. But for a good gamer, you should be able to have stuff left in the gas tank, I think. I mean, I think this is her first time playing a game like this. So I see where she's coming from.
I wanted to be a traitor before I did this season. And I was like, oh my God, it looks so hard. Whenever, the whole Kate thing, whenever she was at breakfast and she was just like, wait, do I ask for salmon? Do I look like a traitor? Like what? I mean, and then when I saw Fedra, because Fedra has stamina on Fedra has reality TV stamina.
Yes.
When I saw her kind of giving up, I was like, there's no way. She's way stronger than I am mentally and I think emotionally. And I was like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I felt it took its toll. So.
Yeah.
Oh, also, real quick before we continue, also in the comments, I know a lot of you that are watching Australian version of the Traitors, UK version of the Traitors, and these are without celebrities, and supposedly some of the greatest seasons of the Traitors ever.
Yeah,
that's great that you feel that way. I like seeing the people that I know in a situation that they're uncomfortable in.
Yeah.
So I tweeted a couple of days ago that I thought that I've seen like all the shows except for UK season 2. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen like all the different Traitors, and I thought that Fedra was the best traitor in my opinion of all the shows. But the reason was not because of like all just gameplay. I just saw her in person. I got to see her in her element. I mean, I thought she was incredible. She gave the best one-liners. She had so many memes. Who's talking about these other guys more than Fedra? I mean, look, we all did talk about Cirie, and I loved Cirie. I thought that the fact that she went undetected the entire time is phenomenal. So she's a good traitor. Cirie was a good traitor in like gameplay mode. But I'm talking about overall, all around.
You're making a TV show.
Thank you. That's what I was talking about. People were like, arguing me. What are you talking about? I'm like, okay, that's just my opinion. I like Fedra.
Yeah. Fedra did. I think they were both great for different reasons. Cirie obviously is like master gamer. She like was able to manipulate everyone. But yeah, she did like lay back a lot. Whereas Fedra was like, playing the game up in people's faces, not afraid to filibuster John right back. Like, I mean, she was really good with her on the spot commentary.
The Dan funeral, that was literally a burial.
Yeah. In general, she's just so good at that game, and she's so fun to watch.
Well, also the fact that there were all big personalities in our cast. It wasn't like people that had never been on reality TV before. Everyone had kind of been there. And Fedra was just, people were coming at her left and right. Me especially, and like, not that I'm like a huge personality, but I kept on her. She always got herself out of it.
Every time, like it's just like we'll get to the next round table. It's funny because it's just like I have another thing. It's like, what's this? I mean, like I've heard nothing. I'm just like, Trishelle says 18 things now. There is literally a list of 18 things Trishelle has named.
I just had a lot of respect for Fedra with how she like handled herself at the round table. That was impressive.
It's very impressive. Very impressive. Yeah. But do you think she murdered the right person? Are we getting to that right now, Fairplay? Because
real quick, so Fedra has nothing to say, and Trishelle says, guys, there's just too much evidence. And MJ replies, no one could have seen tonight coming. It's just like, yeah. Actually, there's two people holding hands at the end of the table, and another guy that just left. They could have told you.
Yeah.
So MJ at this point also still is not positive it's Fedra. There's not enough evidence. Oh my. Wow. All right. So charade to Fedra. Can you believe CT? And she was like, yeah, huh? I'm just like, charade, please. So also Sheree does not think Phaedra is a traitor at this point. And so it's been 3 rounds in a row for Phaedra in the hot seat. So we go back to the turret, and Phaedra explains why Trishelle is not murdered, and it's John, because John puts Phaedra to sleep.
I mean, honestly, you guys, they edited him down so much. He talked so long at the roundtables, every single roundtable, and we were like, oh my God. And I love that Phaedra was just like, I forget what exactly she said, but I was like thinking to myself, yes, like I'm feeling you. Like I'm the same. Like it was just too much.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like,
I mean, he was
tired
like
of hearing it.
filibustering every single roundtable. It was amazing. I think I kind of enjoy that though. There was something about it to me that I wish would have been on my season, and I hope to see on season 3, where you just have one person who is just constantly like filibustering the entire roundtable and just taking over. Because I think the problem arises like on my first season where people just don't even talk. And then what, like nobody wants to come up with any, like, this is the reason.
Well, you're raising your hand.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, I think you need someone that's going to just start the conversation.
Yeah. I feel like we had, I feel like a lot of people talked on our thing. And like, but honestly, I was never afraid to start off the round table if no one wanted to say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because if you have John beside you to finish up for 25 minutes, it's like you can introduce something because the heat is then off you.
Yeah.
So, well, it's a numbers game. CT has a shield, and so it either has to be John Trishelle, and it's the penultimate day in the castle. And MJ and Sandra are the first to breakfast. Oh, thank God, Sandra gets to get her boiled eggs. She's so happy. Sandra is almost at the end of the game, she explains, and then we hear a knock. Sandra knows all the knocks because she studies knocks. And
I thought that was so funny. She's like, "Oh, that's so and so." She did that every time.
Yes. Sandra also not a fan of knock knock jokes. Weird. All right. Comedy's hard, folks. Sorry, just throw them out there. Some of them stick. Some of them. So Phaedra's next. And CT says to CT says to Phaedra, "So who's a traitor?" And Phaedra's like, "I'm done. I'm not even talking anymore." And I'm just like, Phaedra, give me something. So Sheree says she's known Phaedra for 30 years. So I say it doesn't matter that they weren't on the same show. So stop it. Also, in my notes, MJ is an idiot. I don't know. It just says it over and over. Okay, so it's the final 2 to walk in. It's Trishelle and Kate. I'm like, oh my God, Trishelle wasn't murdered. All right, Trishelle, we have in the comments right here, and this is probably this might hurt, but
no, I agree.
It's a good thing. But yeah, Phaedra's biggest mistake was not murdering Trishelle when she first got onto Phaedra's ass.
I would have murdered.
It's unclear. It's unclear she knew that Trishelle was gunning for her, and glad Trishelle is still here.
Yeah, I would have definitely murdered me. But here's the thing, you guys, I talk about this a lot. I was so underestimated the entire time I was there. No one listened to me. No one was like giving me any credit. Actually, except for maybe CT, a little bit Peter, but like he kind of wanted to do his own thing. But like, yeah, nobody thought that I was anything. That's why it's like a lot of people are like, yeah, like nobody's listening to you, but it's the same people that are like, Trishelle rallied 16 people to vote against Peppermint. Which is it? Do I have pull or do I not? Like, I actually don't think I had any pull in that castle at all. I was like one of the least famous people there. People probably thought I was stupid.
You're a professional poker player. You're a good professional poker player, Trishelle.
You know what? I get it a lot though, just by appearances and by, just everyday conversation. People just don't think that I'm intelligent, and that's okay because I can use that to my advantage.
Yeah. Oh, my fiance is deceptively smart, and that's one of her favorite qualities. She was like, please say what you shouldn't, idiot.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think that people just didn't pay attention to me there, which is fine.
Well, but I do like how you said this episode that you were the outcast, because like they keep saying they're the outcast, they're this, they're that, and you're like, nobody listens to me. Like you're like really talking about that this episode.
Yeah.
Autumn says Trishelle is like the boy who cried wolf, but she was right every time.
I won't disagree.
So John has been murdered, and it's because John is the most eloquent and talks and talks and talks and talks. So let's kill him. And he is not surprised in the slightest. And at this point, we learn that people in England don't get Botox, and John. We learned this from MJ, and John is actually 29 years old.
Yeah, he's 60. I looked it up.
60 what?
65.
65. Wow. Okay.
But 29, I like 29 better.
So at this point, CT reveals that he's the last man standing. He is changing the rules. It is now The Bachelor.
That was funny.
He will be giving out cigarettes to the girls that he chooses to keep in the house.
Oh,
you get a Marlboro Light. You get a Marlboro Light. You get a Marlboro Light. Yeah. All right. See, some of them work. Sandra loves talking about the Smokers Alliance that no one references on the show, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does talk about that. But honestly, whenever because I was smoking, I had not smoked before the show for like so long, and then whenever I got on the show, there's nothing to do, and they're not giving you alcohol, and I was like, I need to have a vice. Like I have to have a vice, and so like we go outside and smoke, but they always had one or two production people with us that specifically were like, no game talk.
Sure.
And they were very much like literally. So the people who smoked, and I'm not even going to out them or name them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I was one of them. I just stare. We just stare at each other and just smoke a cigarette. Or we could talk about your everyday life, which is, whatever. Which is mostly what we did.
Yeah.
So was that during like, when was that happening? Like after the
while people were in mibs, interviews, or whenever people so just sometimes whenever at some point I like kind of gave up for a minute and I was like, I don't care. Like whenever you had like 15 minutes to talk, I was like, I'm just gonna get a cigarette. I don't care. And like I just go outside by myself. I just needed like a break. It was just like intense.
Yeah, Banana, like on House of Villains when I won the Super Villain of the Week, but it was a twist. I didn't win Super Villain of the Week, and I'm just like, I need a minute. And they're like, okay, and they're following me, and I'm just like, and Bananas runs up and gives me. He's just like, dude, just take the cigarette. They can't film you. I was like, thanks. So I'm sitting there, and they're just filming with me. No, so they're just filming. I'm just like, I don't even smoke.
Yeah, it's true. Like they don't film you, and you just have a minute, a break. Like,
oh no, it's all fourth wall in House of Villains. So they're just like, oh, here we go. And I'm just
yeah, House of Villains is so fun that way because they literally and they take like the editors will like or the story producers will be talking to the cast, and then there's like they take the out clips and all the like outtakes or whatever. It's really
when you think the camera's off, they're showing more of that than what you think that they're showing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'm gonna keep watching.
You're gonna lose your mind.
Fun. It's really fun.
Yeah. So no, like they're just like, like I come in first. I'm just like, hey, I came in first. That means I'm the best. And then you hear the producers like, does it? And I'm like,
I saw that. That was funny.
It's so much of that.
If you're the first to come in and you're the last to leave, that means something.
Yes. So like Corinne is just like, oh my God, I love Johnny Bananas. So like he's this, and this, and the producer's like, isn't that kind of what Johnny Bananas does? And maybe you're not smart. And she was like, am I stupid? And then you just see the gears turning. It's like, oh my. So, it's a fun show. So Sandra has won Survivor twice because she's made friends with the people that she has needed to. I am one of those friends. MJ shares with Kate and Sheree that Fedra is the vote. And Kate goes, okay, I understand there's all these clues and all this information that says it's Fedra. It has to be based on the Peter vote out last night. So, but what about Sandra? And MJ goes, you know what? It's probably Sandra. And I'm like, and I punch my television right now. And at this point, and I literally write, I hate MJ. You would think I would not want MJ on the show. I love that. Like, if MJ's not here saying this, then the show's boring. I like it.
Yeah.
I need Trishelle losing her mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right.
So that's whenever they were all three outside. And when I told CT, I was just like, I'm going to, like, this is probably my last day here. I'm just going to go, like, stir some shit up.
Yes. So Trishelle tries to talk logic and reason to the Bravo girls, not on the same show, and it's painful.
First off, I don't like the way that came out. It was definitely so condescending and rude that I said it that way. But like, I've been thinking these thoughts. I could have just really raked them over the coals in my interviews, but I do like these people. And I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna, but it came out that way because I was so exhausted by, they weren't listening to anything. And every week they were like, we're not an alliance. We will vote against, but they weren't seeing it. They weren't getting it. So I
think Trishelle's just trying to get on BravoCon. Are you guys?
Oh,
BravoCon panel.
The Traitors.
Well, I'm actually doing Watch What Happens Live next week, but I am a Bravo fan. So
okay. Who are you doing it with?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Are you going to New York?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Trishelle loves New York. She gets to buy gold leather pants there. It's the only place to get them. Yeah.
That's Kate that had gold leather pants.
Well, you were wearing some kind of weird leather pants.
Yeah, I wear.
Okay.
But yeah, so like people were like saying that I'm very condescending. Yeah, it was condescending. But you know what? I was at the end of my damn rope. Like,
oh no, I felt your. I mean, the fact that it's just like, okay, it's a done deal. We know it's Fedra, and then Kate goes, "What about Sandra's?" Like, oh yeah, could be, and I'm like, please,
yeah.
Serenity now. Serenity
I knew that was going to happen.
Yep.
You know, they were just turning it different ways, and yeah.
So
I think Kate should not have done that though.
We'll get there.
Okay.
All right. So it's time for the mission.
Wait, I didn't get to say why I didn't think John shouldn't have been murdered.
Oh, why didn't you think John should have been murdered?
So this is okay. So John had said the night before, after Peter left, that if he was murdered, it was definitely Fedra. And then John had also said they're picking off people from our group, right? So murdering John or Trishelle that night was, I think, a misstep on both of the traitors, not just Fedra, but on Kate too. Because if they would have murdered,
sacrifice MJ,
right? Well, she had the shield, I guess. So like,
they would have. CT had the shield.
No, CT had the shield. No. On the John kill, CT has the shield.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry. So CT has the shield. So I think that like they should have
just. They should have murdered MJ.
Or Sheree.
Or me. Well, me would have been,
If you Trishelle is the same, you're the same murderer as
You're the same murderer as John.
Yeah.
So if they were to murder Sheree or MJ, then they can blame it on Sandra.
Yeah, I think they wanted to stay Bravo strong.
Yep.
And in spite of winning. They were just like,
strong, or do you want to win the game?
Well, I think they want to play Bravo strong.
Yeah.
Had they had murdered MJ or Sheree, I would have had strong suspicion that it could have been CT or John.
Or Sandra.
I would have had strong suspicion on that.
Yeah.
Especially if it would have MJ over, because Sandra has told us that her favorite person is Sheree.
Right.
In the house.
Yeah.
And so also because the day of this murder, Fedra and Sandra are playing chess. Everyone sees it. They're buddy. So like, I think that there's just this good shot that she could get blamed. She's already been blamed as being a traitor a few times. So like, I think that there's enough suspicion on Sandra that you knew Fedra was, but at that point, if you would have voted out a different traitor, if they weren't going to vote Fedra, you could have probably voted for Sandra. Do you think you would have?
Yes, I would have. Okay. And here's the thing. So I do want to explain this as well. And someone asked me on Twitter, X, whatever. They were like, do you think that had Dan not called Fedra out, would you have been on to her? And I was like, no, but not at that point. Because remember when I was like, oh, I have notes since like day one on Phaedra. That wasn't true. I didn't. I wasn't really on to her. I was just saying that because I had to sell my point.
Yeah.
I wasn't really on to her until Dan said that, and it just clicked in my head. And so I was like, damn. So like, and then I started noticing more things with Phaedra. But at that point, if I had suspicion on Sandra, which that murder could have done, she's way more dangerous than Phaedra game-wise. I would have voted Sandra's ass out and kept Phaedra.
But I think this is a message to Bravo people going into future seasons. We stand together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Once again, folks, House of Villains season 2, 2 housewives. I take out one of them first.
It would have changed the game had they not voted out John. It would have changed. It would have changed a lot. The murders matter, actually.
No,
I was looking at it. I was looking at everything.
I feel like the murders matter the most because you have nothing else to go off of. That's why. And the murders this season were very predictable.
You thought so? I was shocked by Marcus. Honestly, I was like, what? He would have been an excellent recruit. I said that, like, I say that all the time. Marcus would have
been a good recruit. Yeah.
But I feel like part of the Marcus thing was Phaedra has Larsa tighter.
Right. I think so too. That and the whole fact he was the most likable and he was being very outspoken about who he thought was a traitor. And since you guys did that challenge where everyone said he was so likable,
bring him in though. I see what you mean. Like, why would you have him as a traitor? But I don't know. I just thought
I think he would fall to pieces being a traitor, especially if his wife's not. Oh my God, yeah.
They broke up, right, Trishelle?
I don't know if I can say.
Okay, according to the press, as we know, they are broken up.
Oh.
I don't think they're broken up.
But right now,
both of them at the reunion. We all watched some stuff together and hung out. They seemed very much like a couple to me.
Aw, see, good.
I like them two together. I think they really love each other. I think they're very cute. Yeah, and I like them on the show too. I was shocked when I heard all the breakup rumors because I was like, oh my God, they were so crazy in love, like with each other during the filming. Yeah.
I texted Janelle immediately and I was like, Janelle, are they really broken up or is this just like press for the reunion?
Is this Jackson Brittany?
Well, no, I mean, but like I noticed like with my reunion, I don't know if they did this with yours. They called and they were like, do you have any press out that you want to talk about? Do you have any stories? And is there anything you want to confront anyone on? And I had just an article about Cody because Cody and I were kind of like squabbling, and which is stupid. He's the most boring person to fight with. He doesn't even say anything. Like I picked the most boring people to fight with last year. But I thought that's what I thought they were doing it for the reunion show.
No, trust me, that was the least of everyone's worries at the reunion. The reunion was a little intense.
Yeah, I heard. I'm excited.
There was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot. But no, Larsa and Marcus, I hope that they stay together. I really do, because I think that they truly care about each other. It's a real relationship. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for a mission, and this one's easy. You just have to carry gold nuggets to equal $30,000 across a wobbly bridge.
It's easy.
Oh no! Well, we'll get there. You just have to carry gold nuggets across a wobbly bridge, and there's one shield. And so, MJ reveals that her husband won't let her come home without the money. I was like,
yeah.
MJ, I don't know if you want to watch this show with your husband because, because you might not be in a marriage. What are you doing? Trishelle told you it was Phaedra. Jeez. All right. Phaedra goes first. She doesn't like to be cheered for. A lot of people don't. But there's a lot of cheering for Phaedra, and MJ gets the shield 1 inch before Trishelle, and it's Trishelle so close.
So I want to say the reason that we were cheering for Phaedra is because Alan No, not every person had to try, but every person did. And I thought that was so cool because like I know how hard it is for missions. And I know that like, the housewives are not used to this stuff. And I think it's awesome just whenever people try. And Phaedra didn't try once. She tried twice. She did not have to do that. She really wanted to like do it for herself. I thought she was badass. So we were like very excited. And she did it. Like this girl, like she's a dolled up housewife, like she said, but she's also a badass woman. And so I thought it was cool. So yeah, I was cheering for everyone.
And Sandra, she has the record for sitting out more challenges on Survivor than any other person in the history of Survivor.
Oh, really?
The sit-out bench is known as the Sandra sit-out bench. That's what it's called. It is literally named after her.
Sandra really hurt herself very badly on the one of those things on the wood that she fell. She hit. I don't want to tell you exactly what she was saying, but it was a lot. It was her boob.
Oh.
She was calling it something else that I hate that word.
Okay. Well, Sandra, when she did Australian Survivor, she knew her reputation for sitting out, and she was volunteering. She's like, I'm going in. I'm just like, Sandra, this is the one place you don't want to volunteer. Like they kill each other. They're huge. And so no, it's a new Sandra. So always reinventing her game. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sandra makes it 2 blocks, and both Sandra's daughter and I have rewound this 100 times each.
It was funny. It was really funny.
Wow. Like there's a thing called momentum and gravity, and neither of those were Sandra's friend. It was so much fun.
It was so hard. And then you forget that there were actually 2 sides that you could go on. There was a shorter side, but you forget that because not a single person, well, actually, just kidding. I attempted to go the hard way, and I made it like two little blocks. And I was just like, there's no freaking way. It was just way too intense. I told everyone, don't waste your damn time. Just like go the long
I think we hear you say, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
I think we just get the little sound bite, like, so like out of context sound bite. It's great.
Yeah. But that's what it was. Cause people were like, oh, we could do this, like, and it saves time. Just no.
Yeah. So, well, Kate grew up surfing, so this is going to be no problem for her. Just like owning Rachel. There's 2 things she knows more than anything else. And, this one didn't work out. so close but no cigar. And Trishelle figures it out. Hey guys, if you just run, you make it. Just run.
Okay, I can't take all the credit for that. We were actually doing so terrible on the challenge that they had a break and a pause. They stopped the time and they were like, guys, you just have to run all the way across.
Really?
So, yes, because nobody could get across. It was way too much because we were stopping and then the thing would fall. Now I will say I didn't fall not a single time on the right side, not a single time. And so I am proud of myself for that. But it was hard. So like once I figured that out, I was just like, no, you're right. It's so much easier if you just like go power through, run the whole way. And if you have to stop, cool, just try to run.
Yeah. And if Johnny Bananas is still there in the game at this point, that's like Johnny Bananas has done so many challenges in his life. He's just like, oh yeah, this one you just run, guys.
He would have figured it out probably. Yeah. But CT didn't even really know. He was just like, what the hell? Like, this is way too hard for everyone. Like we're never going to do this. But
well, he got there in time for the boiled eggs, Trishelle. So that probably weighed him down.
Once he got it, like we got it. And then CT looks at me. I wish they would have shown this. CT's just like, it's just me and you. No one else is going to get money for us today. It's just us. He's like, you got to go. And I was exhausted, but we did.
Yeah, no, I learned like CT and Trishelle, the only ones doing it. The Bravo girls and Sandra are watching. And but wait, there's 1 minute remaining for MJ and the Shield. And I'm like, as much as I don't like MJ, I want her to get across. And I'm literally yelling at the TV. I'm like, come on, you can do it. And I'm just like, that's why this person is on my TV set. That's why this person deserves to be on the screen. And it's a total package. You have the frustration, you have the hope, you have the one-liner. I mean, like, this is her episode.
To give MJ credit as well, she wanted to take some money with her, like in her hands. And we were like, no, forget about the gold. Just take your damn shield and get across. So she was like, okay. So she just like ran with her shield. She tried to get us money, but we were like, just get your shield.
Yeah.
We can't let it go to waste. Like, the shield should be won by someone. I wanted it to be me, of course. And everyone's like, oh, Trishelle's so greedy. Yeah, I am greedy. I wanted to field every single mission. I needed it.
So did you pitch to MJ, hey, if you're not feeling you can get across, can I have the shield to go across?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't know if that was allowed.
I was like, if you don't want it, well, what they said is that if she drops it and doesn't pick it up, somebody else can pick it up.
Okay, so she has to like fake drop it in front of you.
So every time she fell in the water, I was definitely looking to see where the shield might have sank if she had dropped it, and I was going to go dive in and get it myself.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Trishelle, I want to play a game with you.
I know, right?
I don't know if you do.
Not against you. I will on
She's
your
good too. Yeah.
Would you be
on the same team?
Would you be a Peter Pal?
No, I would not have been a Peter Pal. Do you know, actually, Trishelle, I'll tell you this. I wonder if I was on your season, because I am such a big Janelle fan. So I would have been listening. Janelle would have definitely had a big opinion of my gameplay. I would have loved you, but I would never be a Peter Pal because I just don't like that alpha guy.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that's what it was. Janelle was my number one when I first got in there.
Yeah.
And then when she left, I was completely devastated. I was just like, my friend, the person that I like the most, the person I talk to the most. And that's sort of when I started to go toward the Peter Pals, because I knew that with the Bravo Alliance, I was going to be like the least favorite.
Low man.
Yeah. And then I, again, was the low man on the other one, but I didn't really know that. I thought maybe I could work my way up, but yeah. So that's
friendly.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Janelle, I'm with you. Like, she was my number one. She's the person I trusted the most. She's the person who I looked up to the most too. Like, as far as gameplay, like, she's so smart, savvy, like everything. I just like Janelle. I like having her around. Like, I wish that she had stayed. She stayed a little bit longer. She could have won.
Yeah. No, I think I agree. And I think, well, maybe not one, because I think she was so vocal that I think that it turned too many of those Bravo girls off, because they want to be the vocal class. They want to be the stars. And I think they can't handle when someone from not Bravo is the star.
Yeah, I guess that is a good point. But Janelle garnered a lot of respect in the castle. That's probably another reason that she would have been voted off, because no one respected me as a game person. But everyone, I remember Fedra used to call Janelle the Oracle. She was like, she's the Oracle. I thought that was hysterical too. You guys, Fedra delivers all the time. Yeah. She was calling me that challenge too. She's like, Trishelle the Gazelle. I like, they didn't show that. She just had something funny like for every single thing we did.
Well, friendly advice for everyone. Be sure to double check what search browser you're using when typing in Peter Pals.
Don't
all right. So the pot is now up to $158,100. And Kate once again pitches Sandra. And Sandra sees Kate doing a lot of talking, and she don't like this. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to see what Kate is talking about, because she's being real lippy. And if she stops talking, that's something to keep an eye on too. So Sandra goes out and she's like, hey, and Kate goes, yeah, I was just talking. I feel, instead of Phaedra, maybe we should try to pick out who number two, who the second traitor is. And Sandra goes, that's great. Who is it? And Kate doesn't say anything. And she was like, okay, so she's been pitching. Let's go after the number two traitor. She's been talking nonstop, and now that I'm here, she stops talking. I think I figured out who her number two pitch is.
I remember that so vividly, Rachel. I don't know if you feel like this, but there's some things watching back that you could put yourself back in that scene.
Oh yeah.
I remember that, us eating and Sandra being like, look at those three outside talking. Like, I remember like she was sitting next to me right now, and I was like, go out there, go call them out. Sheree and I are going to keep eating though. We're going to watch. We were watching from the window.
Oh yeah. And that's Sandra at her best. I mean, like Sandra, she's played Survivor so many times, and she's played with just true masters of the game. I am one. But no, I mean, if you ask someone who's the vote and they don't have a name, it's you.
It's you. Yeah, it's you. Or when people walk out of the room or walk away whenever you're coming, it's you.
unless you're really gassy, it's you. But so Sheree talks to Fedra, and Fedra pitches CT, and I'm just like, oh, Fedra, stop it. Like, at least go with the Sandra pick. And then Sheree just asked, and she goes, "Are you a traitor?" And we had the longest pause in the world, and I was just like, this hurts Phaedra. And after the longest, and I think purposely long pause, no, I'm not. And I'm just like, oh, she just told her friend she's a traitor.
That was tough to watch, actually, because they were super close, and like, just Sheree was so happy to play the game with Phaedra. I think both of them were.
Sure.
It was like a different. I think whenever they were on the Real Housewives of Atlanta together, from what I gathered and from what I talked to them, like kind of like in between shooting the show, it was like a rough, like, save yourself situation. Like, these women on the Real Housewives of Atlanta are tough, like coming at you at every corner. So everyone's in self-preservation mode. For the Traitors, it's like they finally got to be on the same team, right? And work together. And so that was like good for them to get to know each other. And so I don't know. I felt bad when I watched that scene with those two.
But do you think she was admitting? Do you think she was admitting to Sheree that she was the? I think that long pause was purposely. Like, I think the traitor rules, you can't say yes, I'm a traitor. And so she does the long pause, and she was like, I am not.
Purposefully, I think that her mind was like, I love this person. I don't want to lie to her. Yeah, I think she was just going through it in her head. I don't think she was like purposefully giving her a clue, but like it read that way.
I think I could see the like love and the relationship between them during that moment.
Yeah.
And for me, I could tell because Sheree was like, I'll help you. Just tell me, like, give me something. Like, are you or aren't you? And then she said, "Are you?" And she like looked at her and said, "Are you a traitor?" And she paused, and her face dropped. So I think that was not like a purposeful clue. I agree with you, but I think it was her telling her, I'm not going to lie to you, but then like the words out of her mouth have to be, I'm not, like
the traitor rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Rules.
I think that Phaedra was caught off guard by the direct question.
Yeah.
I think it just built up to that moment, and it was this moment inevitably had to happen, and it was beautiful. Yeah, I mean, like we're reminded twice. These guys have been friends for 30 years, and they were on the same show.
Yeah,
it made me sad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little emotional when I saw it. I was like, oh my god, that was rough.
It was so hard. I totally agree. It was like, and you could see the like love between them. Like, you could see that relationship, and that I even tweeted out that I was like, I want a friend that looks at me like this.
Yeah.
When they're trying to tell me something like that, just like, I know, right?
It felt that way in the castle too. It really did. They took care of each other. It was so cute. Like, like the wardrobe room, Rachel, where you're getting changed. You have to get changed into your wetsuit. Like, they don't want that on camera. People are, they just really cared about each other. You could see, like, they took care of each other. It's like, hey, baby, like, let me fix your hair. Da da da. Like, it's a genuine friendship, and
that's nice to see, and you could really see it in that.
It was palpable.
Yeah.
So, well, if that was good TV, here's the opposite. But still fun. MJ still doesn't know if it's Sandra or Phaedra, and I'm like, of course. So, I believe we're now at the round table, and Trishelle adds one more thing to the Traitor Tales for Phaedra. We're now up to 19 for those of you scoring at home. Almost enough for MJ. she has one tell for Sandra. Kate says, maybe. And
no, it's for Phaedra. No, one tell for Sandra. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Kate said, maybe. That convincingly. And Trishelle has a list of 19 things that explain that it's Phaedra. And Sandra says the signs are all there. I'm like, there we go. And Phaedra goes, you have nothing on me. And I'm like, no, Trishelle has 19 things. She literally has a notebook. She stores them underneath her hats and her barrettes. So at this point, I'm just like, Phaedra's tired, and I'm just like, girl, you earned the right to be tired.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
But then Kate gets personal. What is this?
I think Kate is just, it's Kate. That's how Kate responds in these situations. And I think she didn't think, Kate's not a gamer, right? Like, she's just not a gamer. And so Kate being Kate says you're selfish. And I just like think that it's just one of those things that's just a very Kate move. And that's just what Kate does.
I thought that was the weirdest thing when that happened. I'm just like, bing, bing, bing. Like, what is up with this girl? Like, what?
Yeah.
It was so weird to me that she
just said nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing is the correct answer.
It was really weird. Sorry.
It's just, that's how I think that's like how Kate is. Like, she didn't even think about it in the moment that she was a traitor. You know what I mean? Like, if she wasn't a traitor, she wouldn't have called her selfish, but she would have said something else. You know, it's just like,
there's nothing.
Right. But Kate doesn't know how to say nothing.
Well, you know what I thought in that moment? I said, maybe Kate's a traitor and something crazy happened in the turret between Fedra and Kate. They fought over a murder. That's where my mind went.
Yeah.
Because I'm a game thinker.
That's where everyone's mind except for MJ went. MJ's just like, oh, do you think John was the traitor? How does that work?
MJ's
like, am I a traitor? Do I?
Yeah. MJ, you are the traitor. You are, yes. So,
but you know what? I will tell you, you were talking about how I had like added one thing to my list. Yeah. What I did notice, and Rachel, you probably noticed this as well. Whenever people were talking about and writing their names down and they showed somebody's name that was a faithful, if you're a faithful, you were like, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. And it happened every time that somebody shows your name. Like, Rachel, if somebody showed your name, I think that maybe you were just like, I'm not a traitor. Like, okay. And every time somebody wrote Fedra's name down, she said nothing.
Yeah.
So to me, that was just like a confirmation of everything that I thought, you know?
Number 19.
No, you're totally right.
I
wonder if the Cirie and Cody did that. I don't think anyone ever wrote Cirie's name down.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Which is why she is actually the best gameplay trader.
Yes.
Fedra's the best like TV trader.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't acknowledge the others because you're not Roman Reigns. So
right.
Okay. All right. Fedra gets the votes, and she admits she is in the circle of truth and or the circle of trust, as the fuckers would call it. And she is the most fabulous faithful. Dramatic pause. Traitor.
My heart sank.
You're just like, what?
I was like,
of these 19 things I have on my notebook?
I swear to God.
If she was a faithful, I think you would have all lost your minds.
I would have cried. I would have definitely cried, like a lot.
It would have been, I mean, and at that point, you would just, I would have been like, I suck at this game. I'm done.
Because let me explain something. Fedra, whenever I was meeting everyone the first day, she was the person that I was the most excited to meet. I'm a huge Fedra fan. I don't give a shit what anybody says on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Elon Musk, Donald Trump area, whatever you want to call it. Like, I love Fedra. I didn't want her to be a traitor. She just was. And I had to go with that's the game. I was asked the rules. That's what they give you, the pamphlet that they give you. You're asked to find traitors, and that's what I was trying to do. And yes, I knew kind of that Parvati was a traitor too, but also I had a game plan, and the numbers wise, Fedra was a bigger threat. So I didn't want Fedra to be a traitor. If she stood up there and says that she was a faithful, I would have lost my mind. I would have wanted to go home. I would have been so upset because, like, this woman, I really wanted her to be there, and I liked her so much.
Yeah.
So, well, Kate is now throwing all eyes on Sandra, and Sandra's antenna is up on Kate. And I'm just like, ooh, this might not be the target you want.
Yeah.
Does Kate want any of the Sandra smoke?
I don't think Kate knows the Sandra smoke. because Kate hasn't seen Sandra. She doesn't know anything about Sandra.
Well, I can tell you, I've had the Sandra smoke, and I didn't beat Sandra when I played her on Survivor.
Yeah. I think this is my prediction. All right, so Kate's going to murder tonight. And okay.
Do we know? So is there one more murder?
Yeah, Alan said there was.
I don't think he did. Did he say that?
I thought he said tonight there will be one last murder. The traitors will meet and for one last murder. I thought he said that at the end.
I did not catch that.
Did I? Okay, then maybe I'm wrong.
Yes. I love manifesting things that aren't true in my head as well. So
my lips are sealed.
Yeah, lips are sealed.
So anything, Trishelle. This is my prediction for.
So if there is one more murder.
Okay. I think there is. I think Kate goes to the turret tonight, and I think that she has to murder by herself. So I think because it's Kate, and this Kate is doing the Kate MO, and Trishelle, I don't think Kate likes you. So I think that, not in general, just in the game, in this moment, I think Kate murders Trishelle. And then I think that everyone wakes up in the morning and they're like, oh my God, Trishelle's murdered. It's clearly, and they think it's clearly Sandra. And then I think that Sandra gets banished. Then I think CT wakes up and is like, Sandra's a faithful. It's clearly Kate. And then MJ and Sheree wake up and they're like, everyone's like, it's clearly Kate. Kate gets banished. The faithfuls win. I could be totally wrong.
I hope you're wrong. Oh, that's horrible.
Sandra gets banished.
Who wants to write the worst ending?
Oh, you think that's a bad ending?
It's horrible.
Who was the one whenever Fedra aimed her target at me, told her to do that though?
Kate, right?
Sandra.
Okay. So see, I think Sandra gets blamed I think Sandra gets banished before the game is over, because I think I think Kate is going to throw everything she has at Sandra. They're going to think that there's one more traitor. The Bravo girls, MJ and Sheree, are going to be like, it's clearly Sandra. And then Sandra is going to be like, I'm a faithful. And then they're going to be like, oh my God, it's clearly Kate. So Sandra CT would vote for Kate.
Sheree, Kate would vote.
But I think Sandra gets banished.
MJ's the swing vote. And does MJ finally figure out this game?
No. Oh, I see what you're saying. MJ's the swing vote. Right. So I think MJ gets banished.
I don't like any of this because I don't see Trishelle's name there.
Trishelle is still in the game. This was my other theory. If Trishelle,
that's another thing. Yeah, a lot of people, it's like they have all these like theories, and I'm just like, hi. Arguably the person who's thrown out the most correct predictions in this game.
The best player of the game.
So Trishelle, that was my other theory. My other theory was if Kate, I still think Kate does a murder, but I could be wrong, of course.
I hope not. I don't want any more murders.
I'm wondering if Kate murders Sandra, and then Trishelle and CT are able to convince MJ and Sheree that Kate is the traitor, banish them, the final four go. But then I think something happens at the final four, and that Trishelle and CT are like, let's split the money. And then you two go and you keep throwing your fires in until it's the two of the CT and.
So you gave 3 scenarios.
Right.
Which one?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Nobody knows how this game is going to end yet. It's not Thursday. So that was my other theory. Okay, Kate either I really think Kate murders, and that's my opinion, but I could be wrong. But it's either you or
Benjamin believes that there's one more murder as well. I'm hoping there's not, but let's just say for argument's sake there is. I have 2 friends left in this game, and I don't want them murdered.
Well,
and their names are Trishelle and Sandra.
But she's not murdering CT because Kate likes CT too much.
Why do you think that Kate doesn't like me?
It's not that I don't think she likes you. I think because in this episode, she's like, are you okay? And I know when Kate talks to someone like that, she doesn't respect you. And like you have mentioned, that nobody respected you, which to me makes me think, because Kate doesn't respect you, that she wants to get rid of you because it's easier than getting rid of her friends who she potentially does respect.
But Kate doesn't know what she's doing. And if Kate goes into the turret by herself and is just like, oh, I have to do something.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. What's
I
the
think
opposite of
Trishelle-
what I think I should do? I think I need to kill a Bravo person so they won't think it's me.
But no, I don't think she kills a Bravo person because no matter what she thinks, Kate also is because of like you said, BravoCon. Kate plays the game in real life.
If I'm Kate, I kill MJ.
Right.
And because from what we've gathered, from what we've seen and what Sandra said, Sandra's number one in the house is Fedra. So Sandra's not killing Fedra.
Right. But Kate doesn't play the game in Game World. Kate plays the
Well,
game.
maybe Kate takes a step back and says, I have no idea what I'm doing. What is the opposite of what I think I should do?
But I thought it was weird. You said she plays like the whole Bravo world. I thought it was weird that she said all that crazy stuff about calling Phaedra selfish.
Yeah.
I think she was saying, yes, that's weird, but that was her reacting at the time to Phaedra almost giving up, right?
Not fighting.
About not fighting. That's Kate reacting like her being like, if this was a Bravo show, Kate would be, talking how she should. That's what they're.
By the way, Kate told me that she really likes you.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Stop.
Really? I swear to God. She told me this, like, I was just like, you and Rachel were so funny. You're back and forth. She's like, you know what? I really like Rachel in real life. She's like, she is like such a nice girl.
Oh,
swear to God.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, like, that's like how Kate.
Yeah.
I observed from her.
No, I know. I just thought that was like a side note. And also, I like checked not too long ago. I'm like, damn, Kate still doesn't follow me. Like, we did a show together. I'm like, she like has something about with me. But you know what's funny is that she reminds me a lot of my sister. And
Buffy?
My sister and I don't get along either. So I'm like,
you can always guess correctly when you're guessing Trishelle's sister's names.
Yeah. But I don't think Kate follows me. I don't know that she follows people.
Like, she follows me?
No, she
doesn't.
Yes, she does?
No, she doesn't.
You want to bet?
Why in the world? Now we're all checking.
I'm checking to see who Kate follows.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Kate is the one that runs her account to be the one following people.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does she follow me?
She follows me. She follows me and Jonny Bananas.
She does follow me. She does follow.
She doesn't follow me. Maybe that's a clue.
Well, I think what I was saying, and I promise I'm not, really like her in real life. She's lovely. Like I've said a million times, but in the game world, Kate, her MO is to say like, you're selfish. That's just what those Bravo girls do. I will be surprised if the Bravo girls don't have a reaction to something that happens. Whereas like when she's playing the game, she plays the game like it's Bravo world. So it's like, I don't want to go against my Bravo girls because if I go against them, I can't see them at BravoCon. And if I want them to come on my show about Below Deck, they might not. So she has to, I feel like she wants to keep those relationships.
I think this is her last.
Maybe she should keep her relationship with me because maybe I might be on Bravo whenever she only has a hosting show. Maybe she should probably keep her relationship with me.
Trishelle, okay. Wait, what are we seeing you on Bravo doing? I'm like, okay with this.
I don't know.
I don't know. Real Housewives of New Orleans. Do they have that?
I thought they were filming it. They started filming. Oh my God, are you on Real Housewives of New Orleans?
No, by the way, that they're not filming it right now. They have interviewed a lot of people, but it's not. I don't know why people keep saying it's filming. Like
because I work in casting, and I got a call to do the Miami reboot, and then it didn't work out because I was working on another show. I got a call to do the New Orleans reboot, and I didn't know anybody in New Orleans. And they're like, do you know anyone that could, that's, in the know in New Orleans? And I was like, I really don't. And like, I don't ever want to spoil my relationship with their head casting director.
The girls that they interviewed me too, but the girls that they were interviewing multiple times are like,
wait,
I know everybody in this city, by the way. I am like Miss New Orleans. I'm at every event.
She's the queen of the grease pole.
You are the grease queen, but I thought you did film something with them.
No. No. There's only like a couple people I think that they have interviewed that are actually worthy. One of them's Tamika Lee. I'm not going to say the other two girls' names because they haven't been on TV yet, but I think that they'd be amazing.
Have they filmed anything that you know of? Because I heard that they did film some clips, like pilot stuff.
I mean, maybe somebody filmed something themselves, but
Hey,
there's very thirsty people in the city, which, by the way, one girl who I don't even like at all, I would love to do a show with her so I could call her ass out about everything. I will mention it all. I would absolutely love it.
Kate, make this happen. we need you guys at Bravo.
Now I want to see Trishelle on Housewives of New Orleans.
Me too.
Trishelle, if
I wouldn't hold back with anybody.
Can we make a co-appearance?
Well, if you move, you can do Housewives of Danville, Virginia. It's there's a trailer park down the street. It'd be great.
Also, New Orleans for a city is very small, unlike Charleston. Like Charleston's kind of the same, but like New Orleans is very small. So like, I have tea.
Oh. All right. So, well, with that, we next week is are we getting them both back to back? Are we getting the finale and the reunion, or are we gonna have to?
We are.
He announced it. He said it's gonna air. The finale is the first hour. The reunion's the second hour. I'm disappointed because I thought they would do a 90-minute finale or a 90-minute reunion.
Yeah. I would love both.
They said it's 2 60-minute programs.
Are you sure? Because we filmed the reunion was a long time.
Oh my God, our reunion was hours. And
I thought it was over.
To 60 minutes or something. I don't know how they edit these things down. I swear to God, in my first reunion, I spoke so much. I was talking, yelling at people, trying to fight with people, came up with all these one-liners. And I think I actually was shown on camera like 3 times.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering how they're going to edit this down, but I will tell you that one person has like kind of a meltdown on the show. Yeah, it was crazy.
Andy said that. He said there's a lot of I think you tweeted or Instagram did or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually tweeted to like the article that he did.
Okay. Yeah, he said that there's tears and all this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was more than I anticipated for.
More than you signed up for. I just wanted to wear a pretty dress.
Your outfits, because the outfits alone are reason for people to show up.
I will say, like, I loved my dress. And so this guy, Pedram Couture, he's a friend of mine. He's a designer here in New Orleans, and he did my dress. I told him I wanted Knives Out and Murder, and he did like a red dress with like these cool like chrome knives, which is like, that's why my nails are chrome. But I thought Peppermint had an amazing outfit as well. Very theatrical and cool and like couture looking. Like I loved it. I thought that guys wise, Deontay, he is so hot. He looked amazing.
Okay. I didn't see Deontay's outfit. I just saw Peter's, and I thought I liked what Peter picked.
Peter had really good with his like pin on his suit.
Johnny Bananas looked amazing.
He looked great.
I think he was the best dressed for the guys, but I didn't see Deontay's.
Oh, Deontay, you're gonna die. He looks so good. Fedra looked amazing too. Sheree looked like fabulous.
Yeah, everyone looked amazing.
Yeah, but I think my favorite were Deontay for the guys. It's like a really nice outfit. And Peppermint, because hers was like so over the top and cool.
I love Peppermint. It's so over the top. It's so Peppermint, and I do agree with you. Theatrical is the correct term.
I like it. That's what my dress was too. I think theatrical. That's what I wanted.
Me too. When I designed mine, I was like, it needs to say like it needs to be a murder mystery, and it needs to be like
high school.
Community theater.
Community theater. Sorry.
No, mine was Couture, and like yours, mine was a local designer out of Birmingham, and she's amazing, and she did the whole thing in like a month, and and mine was all lace and see-through, and then I had that shawl and I had a cape, and it was just I thought it was so great for like on the money, you know.
Mm-hmm. Some people that talked the loudest were dressed the least impressive. So all I'm going to say.
Ooh, shots fired. So
I love how your cast brought the drama though in the clothing, because my cast did not.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
I fit better. I didn't fit in with season 1. You know.
Yeah, I
would have
know.
been better with a different season, but
All Stars.
It would have been so different if you were there on our cast. Like, wow, that would have been so different. But they would have never put you and Janelle together because you guys are gonna
friends too.
Yeah. I would have been the number 3 out of the trio. I would have been with y'all, but I would have been like the number 3.
But I mean, I was gonna say they do put friends together. So possibly for All Stars, we could see something like that. But I got asked the question yesterday. They said, do you think that they should do All Stars for season 3? And I said, I don't think they're ready for All Stars, because I want to see all celebrities, first of all. Second of all, for an all-star season, if we have repeaters, I want to see a few more seasons of gameplay and a few more seasons of Traitors, because I think we need to all learn how to be a traitor and all learn how to like play this game better before we have like an all-star season, right?
Another thing that I was just like, I found myself like, I root for the Traitors whenever I watch.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You do, because you see them the most. We learn the most about what they're doing. So we literally learn every single night why they're making murders, what they're doing. Now you have that post-mortem show, so we can like really learn about why they're doing stuff. So you do root for them because we learn more about them, and that's how the audience views the shows. You learn through the eye of the person you see the most, right?
I really wanted Sarita win when I watched season 1. Like, I didn't care about anyone else.
And honestly, season 2, I really want Fedra. I wanted Fedra.
I know. That's why I got so much hate. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
And then I think watching it now that I see, like, with Kate being the only traitor, and even though she came in as a traitor the last 2 days, I still kind of would, if she could pull it off, would think she had a good win. I don't know if I want her to win, only because she's only been a traitor for 2 episodes. But like,
she had a hard job. I think one of the hardest jobs.
She did have a really hard job. So I think like if she does win, I think it will be a good win.
Yeah.
But I am almost, now that Phaedra's gone, I'm almost rooting for the other group, for like the Faithfuls. Which
Peter's pals.
Not Peter.
There's only one left of Peter's pals.
Peter's very likable. I don't know. Like, I know everyone loves him, but for me, watching him as the character that he was on the show, I just didn't find his character very likable.
That's so funny. And in real life, I find him so likable. And I liked him on the show too. But a lot of people said I'm unlikable, but they've said that for years.
Well, I'm not talking about in the show. I'm sure he's like lovely in real life on the show. And because I liked Peter on The Bachelor, I liked him as a bachelor. I thought he was a good bachelor. But on this season, once he got so cocky and then he was so flip-floppy, I just was not into that. Like, I don't want to see my Faithfuls like with this like greater than thou, like the traitors are so evil. Like, I don't like that. So
what is it that you think that makes people like Peter and myself cocky, but when the housewives are very arrogant, it's funny? Why is it that there's two different?
I didn't think you were cocky ever. I don't think in any of the talks you were cocky. I think when you
No, I said everyone doesn't listen. No one listens to me.
Nobody listens to you. And like this last time when Kate was like, "Are you okay?" I thought that was funny because of the way she said it. So that she was reacting to your reaction where you're just
I said, "No, I'm not okay."
And the thing, people do that to me too. They're like, "Rachel, you're so like, I can't get away with a lot of the same stuff either that people get away with."
Yeah.
So I feel like what it is that we're so passionate about it. And I think that they're like, they don't care so much, where we're too passionate. And
they're cool girls and we're try hard girls.
Yes. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm a try hard.
I'm a try hard too. I'm like a pick me girl. I'm a try hard. Like I wanted to win, and yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, one of the cool girls did like you because in one of the previous podcasts, Sandra said on here that Phaedra did not want to murder you, Trishelle, because she told Sandra she didn't want to murder you because of a conversation you guys had early on, and she liked you from there.
Yeah. I know that conversation was, I think I was riding in like a long car ride with Phaedra, and I was just like, like I really wanted to, I really want to do well in this game, because I feel like every time I do a challenge, I'm like one of the second or third or sometimes first people to go, which is true. Like, I don't last long on the challenges. And I think Phaedra felt like bad for me. For that wasn't my goal. I was just telling her how it is. Like, the challenges are really cutthroat. I don't last long on them. I can't.
They're so ridiculously physical now. As I said, like we were talking before we went on, like All Stars, or maybe we've been going for an hour and a half. Maybe it's early this. I mean, like it's just like, hey, let's relax, folks. Like,
I did one challenge that I did really well in, but then I got a lot of hate because I had to like cut somebody from my team, basically, kind of. But yeah, like I don't last long on those shows, and I think I was just telling Phaedra that, and she felt bad because also, like, I don't know, like I'm not getting paid Housewives money,
right? That's the truth. The Housewives, I always say that too. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll have some drama in my life if I got paid Housewives money. I will go and have drama with my whatever you need me to have drama with. But there's no point when you're like in real life not getting paid to have drama in your real life.
But Rachel, let's be honest, we do it for free.
You're not allowed to say that out loud.
My husband would agree with you, Trishelle.
We still have drama.
My husband would agree.
Same.
Well, thank you guys. Next week is the finale, the reunion. It's insanity. We will check your availability, Trishelle. We would love to see if you're not murdered, if you maybe you become a traitor, maybe you win as a faithful, but who knows? Rachel threw out 18 possibilities, almost as many tells as you found for Phaedra. So that's good. One of those could be correct, Rachel. I do think you threw out every permutation possible. So that's good.
Because then I can be like, I told you.
I told you. I literally said it was one of the 15 things I said. So
breaking news. Former Bachelor Peter says he's just he's not dating Traitors co-star Ekin-Su.
Wait, he came out and said that?
Yeah, on Entertainment Weekly.
That's rude. Why would he do that?
And Ekin-Su just announced for Celebrity Big Brother UK.
Yeah, they're just really good friends.
Okay. Well, honestly, I'm still trying to make that happen because I love them both, and I think that they would be like the cutest couple. Like literally days ago, I'm still just like, Peter, like date Ekin-Su. She's beautiful and she's funny and she's smart. She's like everything. I love her so much.
I bet she probably doesn't like him.
No, she does. She does.
Likes him?
I think that they both like each other, but like they're figuring something. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Who's to say?
And then I think Ekin-Su is like 10 levels above Peter.
Oh,
really?
Stop it.
You got, oh my God.
You would be the worst Peter Pal ever, Rachel.
What are y'all?
Peter Pal, because like, I don't know. Peter's like cute.
Great.
But Ekin-Su is like drop dead stunning. Like
Peter's a pilot.
Okay.
It's not Peter the plumber.
Ekin-Su could date a billionaire.
I know, but like she's not that kind of girl. She wants like the whole thing, and she met Peter's family, and she really liked his family, and his family's amazing, and he comes from a good place, and she's like actually a normal girl. She's not like one of those like girls in LA. Like Ekin-Su's good. She's way more normal than what you think.
It's not that I think she's not. I just put her on a pedestal up here, like as a different level of celebrity.
Right.
And I think of like, she could date a billionaire, whereas Peter is like, he's Pilot Pete from The Bachelor.
You can get the hottest girl at Hooters.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you? Peter is my guy.
Peter's leaving with free wings from Hooters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like it's Ekin-Su.
And tequila.
Yeah.
No free Patron shots.
Yeah.
Ekin-Su thinks that Peter's great too. I can promise you that. But right now she's doing something else. She is actually filming Celebrity Big Brother. I am so excited for her.
Yeah.
and she said that she asked Janelle for advice, and all Janelle said was, "Be yourself." I was like, wait, no, don't be yourself. Like, you have to like have some strategy, like whatever. I love that Janelle was
The
like,
UK version is totally different.
I don't know. I mean, I just thought that was funny, and like
the UK, the people in the UK vote, and everyone in the UK loves Ekin Su. So if she is herself,
vote, she's fine.
she's actually doing.
Yeah, I guess that is good. That is good advice. But I told her
her people, her viewers have been trained to vote for her because they vote on Love Island.
I told her to get in good with Sharon Osbourne because I feel like that's like a good little alliance to have. Yeah, like getting good with her. Yeah.
Wait, Sharon Osbourne is on this show? How am I? What like spoilers am I looking at? I did not know Sharon Osbourne was on the show.
Oh yeah, she's on it.
Wait, I see Ekin Su, Lewis, Nikita, Colson, Gary, Marisha, David, Levi, Zizi, Lauren, Bradley, and Fern.
Well, literally, I saw that that Sharon was on it, like on Twitter.
Well, if Sharon's on it, yeah, be best friends with her.
Yeah,
Lauren, I think she'll be a good one to be friends with because Lauren is a big housewife in the UK, and I think people really like her.
Yeah.
All these people seem amazing.
Everyone's gonna love her.
Love her.
Like she will have her pick of her alliance because like to know her, to love her, she's so cute in real life. Yeah.
And I mean, like, there's a lot of like really cool, like fun people.
Yeah, she'll do well. I pick her to be top 2.
Sharon Osbourne. I don't know. I see 4, 8, 12. I see these 12 on this.
Yeah, I saw those on Insta yesterday.
But literally, Sharon Osbourne was like talking about, well, maybe she's just like a commentator, but that would be weird. I thought she was like literally on it.
I don't know, but I think Ekin will do really well. Everyone on this cast looks so fun. I'm so, and they vote. The thing is, Trishelle, they vote. The UK people vote for who to keep in the show and who they don't. Well, so last season, I think they voted who to vote out, but this season they're voting who they like. So they kind of switched it up for this season.
Also, UK is so different than America is. Like, I am curious to see what people think about our show because it airs there in like a month, I think, or a couple weeks. I'm really curious to see the feedback that we get from people in the UK. I feel like they're a lot cooler than the people here.
The UK people when our show aired, they didn't like it because they liked the regular people.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I actually, whenever I found out that it was all like people on television on our cast, I was kind of upset. I was like,
really?
I really wanted to have, like half and half.
Yeah, so you have a 50% chance, 50% greater chance of winning.
No, way better with all celebrities.
Well, like, I don't know.
The normal people on my season, normal. The non-reality stars.
Yeah.
They are just, they didn't play as aggressively as they could have because we were all such big personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you learn so much. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, Rachel Reilly, where can everyone find you?
At Rachel E. Reilly Viegas on Instagram and Threads and Facebook. And even though there was the downfall of 2024 March 5th or whatever this morning, I think these are back up now. On Instagram is back, Meta is back, and on Twitter you can find me at Rachel E. Reilly, and TikTok I'm Rachel E. Reilly Viegas. I think I changed it so that people would be like, oh, I should follow her.
I had to catch up on 3 episodes of Australian Survivor this morning, and so I'm completely and as a result, I was purposely staying away from social media, and so it was so perfect. Like everyone's just like, I was like, oh yeah, well I just spent the last 4 hours of my life watching this. So my timing could not have been any more perfect.
Apparently, it was a big deal. It made the news, multiple news outlets.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right. So with that, Trishelle, speaking of news, where can everybody find news about you?
I am at Trishelle C. I should change it on my thing, but whatever. At Trishelle C on Instagram and Twitter, which I'm like back and forth with Twitter. If you guys don't like me, I won't tweet. If you're nice to me, then I will. So
we like you tweet.
Yourself. Yeah, like it. What do you want?
People don't like me on Twitter either sometimes, and then I just like keep tweeting.
I just block.
No, but people only read it for like 3 minutes, so you're good.
If I see anything at glance that's negative, block. I don't even read your entire tweet.
Yeah, I don't like some people are like, I was joking. I'm just like, yeah, I really don't like
I don't care.
as you. I don't like comedy apparently because I just attempt and failure after failure. So I'm at Jonny Fairplay on everything. No H and Johnny. Go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com and get your tickets right now for LA and here's the whole list that hasn't gone public. LA, Durham, Chicago, Cincinnati, Charlottesville, Charlotte, and possibly Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or Nashville, Tennessee. Still trying to figure out May 15th.
Come to New Orleans.
And then come to Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah. Make your way. Go to Nashville.
Well, May 15th is available. You find me a venue, we'll talk.
If you go to Birmingham, I'll go to see Rachel.
Yes, you can stay at my house.
I love that.
Oh
I would love it.
So fun.
Well, it's me and King George.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, why don't we do this, Fairplay? Let's do a live podcast. Since the Kentucky one didn't work out, we could do a live podcast. Are you booked that week? Or Thursday? Wait, this is this Thursday. Never mind.
Yeah. Next Thursday, I'm available. We'll figure it out. So go to survivortix.com. Also go to jonnyfairplay.com for everything. T-shirt. I have a brand new shirt. It just dropped. I just got the email. Go to fairplayshirts.com. I have I call Dan, who does the Survivor. I call him a Survivor expert. And so I have a T-shirt that says Survivor expert in quotation marks. It's just mean. And and I have 28 cameos staring at me as soon as I do this. So I will be doing cameos until I pick up my kid in an hour and 15 minutes. So with that, go get some more cameos, and my kid will be waiting outside a dance all by themselves, age 6. It's a horrible story. It's not true. I'm gonna leave before I finish my cameo. But with that, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Trishelle. Next week, it's you. Trishelle, you could win. Or you make it hard.
Can we do Friday next week or or before Tuesday next week?
I would love to. If we can do it Friday. Too. I can do Friday morning.
Okay, I could do Friday morning.
I need to see.
All right. Trishelle will let us know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So with that, thank you, everyone. Until next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.